I sincerely want to thank each of my colleagues for placing your confidence in me. We are going to work together. We are going to produce. We are going to get things done. We are going to show what it means to be the county that works.
We're getting a lot done at the County Council, and we're working well with the executive. We work well with our General Assembly delegation. We've been productive, and I think what we're noticing today is that we are a government that works. We're getting results for the people that we represent. We're listening and trying to be responsive with policy options that are carefully thought through. It takes time to get these measures through, but we are handling them in an efficient manner. We're addressing people's real needs in a way that I think is prompt and cooperative.
I am very pleased that these proposals reflect the values that we hold dear in Montgomery County. We're talking about procurement, we're talking about taxpayers' dollars, and they're being aligned to make sure that we address some of the disparities that exist and that we promote the best possible quality of life.
We're trying to reduce and limit the amount of access that our minors have to smoking materials as a whole. Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer to smoking. That's not something that is to be taken lightly. And there are many families that unfortunately are living in these conditions now.
You know, there's some human nature that no amount of education is really going to change, but if you can use a different product, then if someone litters something, that product will dissolve or it will not have the same kind of harm.
We want Montgomery County to be the safest, cleanest, healthiest county in the United States of America, and we're taking this on even though we understand that it is a new concept for a lot of people. We're going to take our time with it. We're not in a rush with it, but I do anticipate that we will enact a very far-reaching piece of legislation.
I don't think anybody should sit around the table 50 years from now and say, darn, these studies show there's a link. And if only people had acted earlier.
What we will do with this bill is to treat e-cigarettes just as we treat cigarettes in terms of banning its use in public spaces.
The goal of this legislation is really to update our tax code to keep pace with a rapidly evolving industry.
Hopefully now, finally, we can say to them, you don't have to choose between staying home sick, staying with a sick child. You don't have to choose anymore in Montgomery County.
People lead, the leaders will follow. What's also true is when Montgomery leads, Maryland follows.
What makes the community especially great are the small things and the kindness and generosity of the human spirit.
We obviously have a lot of work to do in Head Start, in pre-K, in child care centers, but family child care can play a very important role, especially in the growing immigrant communities and most certainly in the Latino community.
Human trafficking in particular is a terrible scourge facing the entire country and our county in particular, and I'm sure Councilmember Katz and I and Committee Chair Elrich will take this up very quickly.
It's really important for us as a region to make sure that we're saying that we don't want to see the abuse of these young boys and girls, and then also some of our older men and women as well.
6 months ago, I met with our excellent director of the Office of Consumer Protection. Together, we worked on this legislation for many, many months. The goal was simple: end predatory towing.
The Humane Society of the United States is working to impose better practices throughout the industry, and if local government acts in this regard, it will have an effect on the market, and animals won't be bred any longer in inhumane conditions. That's the overall hope.
We argued very strongly as a county, and ultimately very successfully, that we should have the right to have a surcharge on Uber and Lyft for the purpose of providing services to the disabled.
I believe that our DLC can be improved so that it provides an enhanced retail experience for our residents. I believe that our DLC can figure out how to effectively distribute the roughly 5,000 products that they keep on stock at their warehouse. We need to really identify what the problems are and whether they can be resolved in our existing model.
To make certain that Air Public is being served literally in every way that's the best way possible.
We enhance our efforts to keep businesses here and to support our economic growth. This approach has been adopted throughout the country in various formats, but primarily it's to put business at the table in dealing with other businesses.
This will help tenants in a very tight rental market to find better opportunities of finding appropriate housing in the face of rapidly rising rents.
What I thought would be especially useful this morning would be if we heard from individuals about Black history here in Montgomery County.
Our county is known to be one of the most diverse places in the country. Our county has the largest concentrations of Latinos in the state. 1,050 students will have an opportunity to participate in this very high-quality program that we can evaluate it, and it is my hope that we will be able to scale it up.
To be in agriculture is not the easiest job. There's no holidays. We thank you all for doing what you're doing. You don't get enough applause, that's for sure.
The idea of a green bank is pretty straightforward. It is to use low-cost financing to drive growth in our green economy, create good green jobs, create a sustainable community.
I'd like to see our Department of Transportation, which has new leadership, really gain more kind of acceptance in the bike community.
You have growing immigrant communities that need a place to worship, and yet it's not easy to find space. That's why I suggested that the churches and other faith communities here get to know each other, because established churches may have space.
Government cannot do it alone, and we need everyone to work together, and that means the faith community, the nonprofit community. We need to stretch our tax dollars so that more can be done. If we can pool their funds, if we can work together, as Samara and many, many others in this room have done, we can actually achieve that much more.
In my mind, the best way to deal with liability is to fix the problem, not pretend like you don't know. I mean, the first thing I do is send a letter to the residents, say, sorry, the management company won't let us inspect you in the event that anything happens.
In some way, we should be doing some background that when it's that hot and someone's life is literally in danger, and if someone can't leave their facility. I mean, you're saying, we were saying before that there's people with Meals on Wheels that can't come to the door, and unless the fire and rescue people take them out, there's a problem.
Now, I know there's nothing we do in elected office that is universally popular. I'd like to see this measure uniform in all 50 states. That's what our goal should be. The fundamental ability of workers to keep their job and not have to make this agonizing choice between earning a living, paying the mortgage, or showing up to work sick. Friends, it's worth it. It's worth it. Thank you for your support.